Welcome to the Netherlands, more specifically Amsterdam. So I'm here with my girlfriend Lisa and Ray. Say hello. This is a really last minute trip. We only booked it a few days ago and we've come to Amsterdam for 3 days, 2 nights. And we've got no plan at all. So it's just basically TripAdvisor working our way down the list. And at the top of the list is the Anne Frank house. Obviously, because we've left it to the last minute, you can't buy tickets online, so we're going to try and stand in the queue and see how long it takes to get in. But we'll see what happens over the next few days. No plan, but we'll have a good time. Welcome back. So we waited for around about an hour and a half in the queue, but it was definitely worth it. There was no filming inside, but it was a really moving story of where the Frank family hid in the annex at the back, and for 2 years they were hidden in there. But if you come to Amsterdam, I would highly recommend going. It was definitely worth the wait in the queue. So we're just wandering aimlessly around town at the moment in the general direction of the hotel. And the bar that we were in a moment ago, it's got quite a history. It was bought from Gerald Heineken. And Heineken, that's where we had one of his first breweries just there. And we stumbled upon it out of chance, really. But we're now in the square. So that's the end of the first evening. We're back at that hotel now, and we're going to make a plan for tomorrow. We've just been wandering the streets aimlessly, as I've already said, but it's been really nice. Nice to get our feet on the ground and have a wander around and get the bearings a little bit. But I'll see you in the morning. So welcome back. It's day 2 and it's around about 3 in the afternoon now. So this morning we went to the park, we went to the food hall, and we've just been on an excellent cruise for an hour along the canals. It was really interesting. So we're going to head somewhere next, I think, possibly to a viewing platform, but I'm not sure. So we're just about to get the ferry across the river to the viewing deck. One thing that I've noticed in Amsterdam, there's a lot of electric vehicles, and there seems to be a lot of charging points as well. I've never seen so many Teslas. Welcome back. So we've just come back from the top of the tower. I'll try and hold you a little bit better so the sun isn't shining directly into the lens. So we're going to go back across the river now, back to Central Station, and we've got a rough plan for tonight, but the plan for tomorrow is we've hired a car. Rather than getting a taxi or a train back to the airport, we've hired a car so we can go and see some windmills and some local villages and stuff like that. And then we've basically got 48 hours here, so we're trying to make the most of it. Right, let's get back across the river. That's it, it's a video, right?
Video?
Yeah.
Watch your set. Come here, Dean.
And that's it. We've spent the last like 4 or 5 hours just wandering around the city. Had a wander around the red light district as you do, and just sat drinking beer, watching the world go by. But it's been an interesting day. Right, so end of the second day. Short day tomorrow, but I'm sure we'll do a lot. See you tomorrow. Good morning, welcome back. It's day 3, the final day. I'm in the car. I went to Enterprise this morning near the station and picked it up. Ray and I walked there, and I've just driven the car back to the hotel. We're going to throw the bags in and go and see some windmills. So we've arrived at the Zaanse Schans. Please forgive the pronunciation. We've arrived at the windmills. It's very busy, but it's beautiful nonetheless. So there's a number of windmills along the side of the riverbank here, and this particular one is a sawmill. And quite looking forward to going inside and seeing how the mechanism works. Let's do it. Fascinating mechanism. There's a little diagram of it back there, and the interlocking gears and the shaft that goes up to the top connecting to the actual sails themselves. But it's fascinating the way all these little pulleys you can disconnect and stuff like that. There's some to pull the log forward, and he said I think it's about 2.5 meters an hour that they can process 4 logs, 2 cutting and 2 like edging. It's absolutely fascinating. This windmill's 10 years old because the original one was destroyed, but it's built to the original plans, so I think the other one was 200 years old. That's the mechanism there that's pulling the log forward. Just underneath there is a roller and a wheel pushing it forward, and this little cog here is driven up there, and it pulls it along a millimetre every time. So for pulling the logs up from the river, there's a little pulley system just up there as well. They attach like a ratchet around it, and it pulls it upwards. You can also like control how fast it goes. So we're now underneath where the logs are being pulled along and cut. The man said that it was destroyed in the Second World War, the original. I think a lot of the wood was salvaged as well to keep the houses warm, but one of the main reasons why it's here is because, obviously for heritage purposes, but they do cut at different thicknesses, which is for some of the houses around here. And this translates as the young sheep. So we're now having a wander around the village. There's a cheese making place, cheese shops, chocolate shops, everything like that. It really is a tourist trap. So I think we did the right thing by going to the end of the path and then checking out the windmills further down there because it's really busy. a lot of the tours in Amsterdam itself are offering like coach trips out here, and we thought we'd hire a car so we can do it at our own pace, and then we're possibly, I think we're going to go to the coast next, and then it's back to the airport for around about 4:30. But yeah, it is quite enjoyable when you can get away from the crowds. Go on, Lisa. Okay, so we've visited a windmill, had a wander around the village, and now we're going to get back in the car and go to the beach, I think. €10 to park, and it was €4 each to visit the mill, which was definitely worth it, definitely worth doing. We didn't go to any of the other mills, and I know some of them are like oil mills, I think there's a flour mill as well, but the sawmill was absolutely fascinating. So this is the little car that we've got, €40 for the day. So we made it to the coast, but it's absolutely packed. We've been driving up from the main town just down the way there. I'll put the info on the screen now about where we are, but it's just so busy. There's thousands of people on the beach, so no parking spaces whatsoever. So we've just had to dump the car in the car park and quickly come and get some drinks and some supplies and use the bathroom before we leave. But we're going to head back to the airport now, I think. Okay, so that's it. We just dropped the car back off at Enterprise, and we're heading into the terminal now. It's been a really great holiday, actually. Short, but I'd definitely like to come back, possibly do some like bike packing or something in the Netherlands. It really is set up for cycling. A very short and bumpy flight on the little turboprop there. Okay, so that's it. We're back in Birmingham now, and the holiday is officially over. We're just waiting to get on this bus here to take us back to the airport parking. As always, thanks for watching. I do like making these little videos for the memories, but if you've watched this far, thank you very much. See you again soon.